Castles in the Sky is the first episode of the ninth season of Arthur. It's the first segment in the first episode. And in this one, they're having a fun snow day, but the snow accidentally causes their tree house to come tumbling down. And obviously they're very devastated about this. And as luck would have it, while they're in the sugar bowl lamenting the fact that this has happened, they happen to meet somebody who is called Frank. I'll talk more about Frank in a moment, but Frank reveals that he is an architect, and if the gang ever decide they want to rebuild their treehouse, they should get in touch with him, and he'll help them to come up with a design and help to get it built. Which was a really generous gesture from a stranger. It's a little bit of a peculiar situation. But what follows is a series of attempts to try and come up with a treehouse idea. And they all go off on their own, trying to create what they think is the ideal treehouse. I won't go into too much detail, but Buster's ideas are very food-oriented. Arthur is trying to create some kind of combination of previous fabulous tree houses. Francine, to her credit, is trying to find something that everybody will like. She's taking notes and asking people what they want, but obviously that's a big ask to find something that suits everybody, and everybody's got these really, really elaborate ideas for what they want from the treehouse. And there are some important lessons to learn, which I'll discuss in a moment with a spoiler warning. But I think it's a really fun episode. I've never been in a treehouse. I don't know why, but treehouses are not really a thing in the UK. I don't know if we don't have the right kind of trees, or if we just haven't had the tradition of tree houses. Maybe television inflates it. Maybe they're not that common in America either. I don't know. Let me know if you've ever had a tree house or even been in a tree house. But certainly, if you lose your special place where you hang out with your friends, I feel like that's going to be quite emotional. And they do have this emotional journey to go on. And they learn some important lessons. So, spoilers from now. The character of Frank is actually Frank Gehry, the architect. Now, I'll be honest, I'd never heard of Frank Gehry, but I have since then Googled him. Wow, some of his designs are absolutely incredible. Some of the buildings I was aware of. I just wasn't aware that he was the architect. So that definitely told me something. And it gave me some fun having a look at all of these brilliant buildings. And the main message that the gang learn is that they have to work together. Frank kind of says, your ideas are good, but they're not quite there. You should pull your ideas together and work as a team. And that's really the main message here, because since they've all gone off to do their own thing, their ideas are not really syncing. They're not really connecting. And yet, Francine tried to do that, but on her own, that's a big ask. But by working together, they were able to come up with something much more practical. I liked the episode. I thought it was good fun. Talked to me a little bit about the work of Frank Gehry, so that was quite nice. Definitely a nice start to the ninth season.